up the late start there. Just a couple of technical issues, but as we said, this is round two of the Harpoon Design Truck Series here for the IRA League, and coming back to Atlanta here with Michael Skinner up in the booth tonight. Reese Clark was not able to join us, and well, Michael, you have had a win here recently in the High Voltage League. Talk us through how exactly it is difficult to drive here, and how you got to get to victory lane here.
Oh man, this is probably one of my favorite racetracks. It's a spot of my first iRacing win, so I kind of have a love relationship with it. You have two options. You can go hard at the beginning, or kind of save it, for later in the run. They're running 50% fuel here tonight, so that run's going to be a little bit shorter. So I'll be curious to see, which route actually pays off. But normally, just being patient and just taking care of your tires, running that middle lane is normally the best way around. And then when you start catching people, you can, as they're starting to move up from the worn tires, you can just go back to the bottom and just blow by them like they're standing still. But like I said, this is one of my favorite racetracks, and it's awesome to see 34 cars here. That's amazing.
Yes, sir. A very large field here tonight, larger than we saw at Daytona last week as well. So this is sure to be a fun show tonight. And with the trucks here, I know it's pretty easy to go full throttle even with a cup car here for the first couple laps, and with a truck, I think that may make it even easier. Michael, what do you think?
That's tough to say. They're going to get such a big draft going down the backstretch, especially with as many cars there. So there's going to be a lot of give and take, because it's almost going to be like a super speedway down the backstretch and the front stretch with 35 plus cars. My strategy would be to let off a little bit. Use that draft as your advantage, not dive in there and wear out your tires. The first place car is almost at a disadvantage here, because the second place car can save his stuff a little bit and just keep that car in tow. But I want to make a big shout out to David Phillips with the Brian Clausen car tonight. It's pretty cool, and it's exciting to see, and I'm pulling for him tonight.
Yes, sir. So as the timing and scoring gets underway here, we will tell you that Eddie Kerner was the pole sitter here tonight. Again, just a few issues kept us from broadcasting qualifying, but we're here for the race, and we're going to be going live for 76 laps here tonight. Expect to see a lot of action around Atlanta. It's a very wide track and a very action-filled racetrack as well, especially in these trucks. So pace car is going to make the hard left turn here. Again, Eddie Kerner in the one truck on pole here tonight, as we're green flag for 76 laps.
Looks like the outside car there actually got a pretty decent restart.
Yeah, that's actually kind of shocking, because I know a lot of people complain about the outside not being a very good place to restart, but 54 there of Trey Matthews looked like he shot out of a cannon on that restart, but here comes Eddie right back at it.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if he can hold that outside lane through 5 here and hold the 5 off.
The 5 being J.R. Smith. He's going to get the second spot away from the 54, and Eddie Kerner is going to lead lap 1.
The 1 and 5 were actually the two fastest cars in practice, so it's not surprising to see them up front here early in the going.
So we have a familiar face here from Full Throttle TV, and for Justin Krasneski, you've seen him in a couple league races that we broadcasted, so familiar face there. We'll like to tell you as of right now, Sammy Coghill in the 34, last week's winner, is currently 11th.
Ooh, looks like I can't see the truck number there. It looks like the 54 actually got in the wall there on the front stretch in the tri-oval. I don't know how bad of the damage is, but we'll have to go back and look at that to see if it'll be any, serious contact. Oh, they're crashing. What a save, man.
Don't think I caught a truck number on that one, so. Michael, did you catch the truck number? For the save?
No, I did not. I'm actually scrolling back looking for the replay right now, actually.
We were just looking to see what happened to the 54 car there, so as soon as we can get the time for that.
Too much action to actually see what's going on.
Unfortunately, with Atlanta, it seems like this is probably going to be a not a multi-groove racetrack here tonight, but probably more towards the bottom, as it usually is around here.
I'm not sure. I think once we get past probably 10 laps on this fuel run, Because I'm guessing they could probably go about 25 laps on the 50% fuel. The high side, I think, is actually going to come in pretty good because it's going to be a lot easier on the tires. Because as the 50% fuel burns off, the truck's actually going to get tighter than it would with 100% fuel. So the tire is definitely going to be a massive conservation. So I think we're going to see later in the run the people that saved it, they're going to be coming to the front, and the faders are going to be the people that went out and drove the bottom really early.
So it looks like
We have a good battle for 5th through 8th there, just right nose and tail. The 54 seems to be fine up there on the high side. The damage must not be too bad.
so once again, it looks like Trading Paints is gonna bite us here. So we're gonna take a quick minute break here just to get that all settled out, because we got some beautiful schemes here in the field that we want you to see. So we'll be right back. Under caution here for the first time of the night. Just a bit of issues with Trading Paints, so we're gonna get you a replay here real quick. Happened in turns 1 and 2. Looked like the truck broke sideways a little bit.
Yeah, these trucks aren't easy, even though they're wide open. Once it gets sideways, man, it's super hard to save. So that's unfortunate for the 31 truck. He's a good racer, and he's just had a rough past few weeks here.
Looked like a little contact with the 24 truck there of Sean Cool. And the trial there looked like Cody was just in the middle of the track, and maybe Sean didn't see that. So, unfortunate for him, didn't look like he got too much damage there. So these trucks will come to pit road now, as we are on lap 12 of 76. So we'll have to see who wins the battle off pit road here.
There is one thing for certain, Justin, that I can guarantee: everybody will take 4 tires at every moment, at every pit stop. They will want 4 tires tomorrow if they could get them.
So you can see Trading Paints just finally coming around to some of these cars. Ryan Irby looks like stayed out on this caution. So looks like Justin Krasinski. Go ahead.
I guess I'm wrong. I would suggest to go get 4 tires, but maybe they know something I don't know. Maybe the track's changing. but I think they ran what 13 laps there.
Yeah, this track is normally a track that eats up tires, so it's kind of surprising to see Ryan stay out there. We'll have to see how that how that works out for him. But it looks like Justin Krasnetsky is going to win the battle off pit road. Eddie Kerner is going to lose 2 spots there, one on pit road and then one with the truck staying out. So he'll still be on the inside for this restart. What were you going to say, Michael?
I said this is going to be an interesting restart because I think the 1 truck and the 5 truck, I still think they're the 2 best trucks. But the '05 of Justin Krasnetsky, as we know, he's very good at saving the tires. So as later in the run, he started making more impact on the lead. So I'll be curious of them being out front, what kind of strategy approach he takes here. If he just lets them drive by him, or if he tries to stay in front to kind of even it out later in the run.
Yeah, I mean, he already has a couple laps led under caution here, so if that was his plan, he's got those marked down. So we'll just have to see what his plan is. He could come down pit road right here, but I don't believe he would do so. With him staying out, I'm sure he'd probably fight for the lead here. But
I mean, we've seen that strategy before, in another league. It seems strange, but it happened to work out perfectly.
Yeah. Michael hinting at something just a little bit there. So he will stay out, so as I thought, I didn't expect him to come down pit road, so now we'll have to see which lane he picks on the restart, because it looked like the outside actually took off pretty well, unless it was just Eddie spinning the tires there, as he's going to pick the outside lane here.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the smartest decision, but he's going to drop like a rock, unfortunately. Even with 1-2 laps on the tires, these new tires are just going to blow by him, so hopefully, he gets back there in a position that he doesn't get stuck and there's not an accident. But once you lose that clean air off that truck, he's going to lose all the only advantage that he had. So like I said, I'll be curious going into turn 1 to see what the move here is going to be.
Yeah, so with I guess you've already answered this question, but I guess I'll ask it again. With 14 laps on these tires, you think it'll be all but not for him? Because I know it's a track very rough on tires.
At this point, I gotta say it's probably close to probably half a tenth on tires, maybe more at this point. Even with these trucks that are just wide open, but with 50% fuel, I'm just not sure how well it's gonna hold up. I wouldn't have stayed out. I wouldn't advise it. I would have even pit from the back if I could have. So, but we're gonna go green here and see how it works out. He might know something, might have something up his sleeve.
Yeah. So he's gonna get.
Oh, looks like he spun him right off the bat there.
And now it's going to be 3 wide going into 1 here. The 5 of J.R. Smith is going to make that pass easily. And it looks like Ryan is just going to stay to the high side and let everybody go.
Yeah, the 1 car gave the 05 just such a massive push down in the 1. Now he's having to block down the backstretch there.
Look at that down the backstretch. That was a huge mess. It almost looked like a super speedway race.
Hey, like I said earlier, man, when these things get in a draft, they're gonna suck up like a super speedway.
So Eddie Kerner there in the 1, the white truck, looking to get by Krasnetsky to get back to the lead here. Lost that spot on pit road, but all over the rear tailgate of that 05.
But here's the thing, Justin, is he pushing too hard to get around the 05?
I'm not really sure there, because you heard how much he didn't lift off the throttle there, so I think if it was a real problem with tire wear, I think he might be pushing it too bad, but again, I don't think it's going to affect his truck too much here.
I'm surprised the 26 is still in 10th, to be honest with you. More laps on your tires, probably to drop back further. I don't think this is going to work out for him regardless, but all in all, no accident, not such a bad strategy. I mean, if there's a quickie caution, I think he's gained probably like 6 or 7 spots. But that caution better come in the next 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah, talking about the 26 of Ryan Irby. Currently fell back from what we were talking about, 2 positions, so now back to 12. And it looks like he may still be losing a couple spots here as the battle for the lead is only heating up. As it looks
looks like it changed.
Yeah, the 21 of David Nannon has got by.
Yeah, I think maybe the one might have heeded my warning. Maybe he can hear me on his headset about taking it too hard.
Yeah, so really, it looks like it's pretty hard to pass here as everyone's just looking for a way around that 05. As we said before, the bottom line is going to be the preferred line, so it's really going to be a struggle to get by the leader here as the 0 or the 1 is going to get the run on the 21 here going into 3. Again, that preferred line, excuse me.
Yeah, he's leaving him enough space right there on the bottom. I'm surprised he didn't pinch him down a little bit more to try to get that run, because I think if he can side draft the 1 there and maybe have a chance off of 2 to maybe just get outside the 05, but it looks like he backed off to just get behind the 1, which is a smart move there early on in the race on lap 20.
Yeah, so far we've only been about 5 laps into caution, riding on board here with Eddie Kerner in the 1. Listening to how much he lifts here, it just sounds like he blips the throttle entering 3 and then a little bit exiting 4. So again, these drivers
almost just to get a turn a little bit.
Yeah. So it's pretty much flat out here around this racetrack.
Caution,
We have another caution.
Let's wreck off of 4.
The 04 of Curtis
Man,
Martin. I don't think he was the cause of the caution, but we'll have to see here.
the lead race has been so good, man. We can't keep up with all the action.
We'll have to see who that is.
Looks like the 04 of Curtis Martin.
The 77 smoking, so let's see what happened with him. Looks like he got the worst end of that. It's already happened, so we'll go back just a little bit farther here. Oh, car hit the wall up there. Oh, the 04, yeah. Curtis Martin looked like he hit the wall just a little bit.
Massive right front damage, though. If you go back and look at it, that's definitely going to hit him in a place where you're wide open. I did notice that the 4 of Greg Nicholson was on pit road there. I don't know if he had a problem. He's now 4 laps down for whatever incident he had.
So it looks like the 04 of Curtis Martin is going to get away pretty okay, but then the 77 of Brian Vaughn is going to get the worst end of that, and looks like that motor is going to be all but done here tonight. So yeah, the 4 car, as you were talking about, was or the 4 truck that is, was on pit road there. The 4 being Greg Nicholson. He's now 4 laps down. Currently the only driver not on the lead lap. So it looks like I'm not sure how many spots Ryan Irby lost. Don't think it was too many, but maybe that played out into his favor there. He's got a couple laps led. It looks like Eddie Kerner is going to win the battle off pit road.
I believe the 04 and the 77 have the same scheme, so they're really hard to tell apart there.
Actually, I don't think Eddie Kerner came down pit road. Yeah,
That's a bold strategy.
Eddie Kerner did not come in. I don't believe the 18 did either. Either that or he stayed out last time.
Maybe they're thinking that the track position's much more important.
Yeah. Very interesting strategy. We saw it didn't work out too well for the 26 there. So
but maybe he's thinking he has a better truck.
Yeah. And the only reason why Eddie Kerner could not get around the 05 there was really, I think, was because he was holding the line there. Justin Krasniewski was on that bottom line. There was just really nowhere to go. As it looks like he may, Eddie Kerner may be coming down pit road this time. Either that or
nope. Looks like he faked out. Yep. Looks like the 18 came down. So this is gonna make that real interesting. Did the 54 stay out, or did he take 2 tires there?
Yeah, he took 2 tires on that restart, or that pit stop, excuse me.
Had a little bit of lag out there, so I lost him for a bit. Thank you.
So it looks like we're going to have a pretty shuffled top 5 here. This is going to be Eddie Kerner currently leading, Trey Matthews going to be second, Adam Meyer third, Justin Krasniewski fourth, and then Nicholas Bass in fifth. So already almost 1/3 of the way through this race, so it's going by pretty quickly, I must say.
Yeah, most races here at Atlanta do, especially when we've had a few accidents here, but for the most part, they've raced really clean and keeping up a really, really fast pace. Uh, Honestly, the pace kind of slows down when they get into long runs, and the pace slows down, a second, 2 seconds, and then we get a caution and pit, and so on and so forth. Then it just becomes back and forth. But yeah, I think we're right on course for two more stops, and we'll be able to make it from here.
All right, well, right on with that. So either it's going to be they're either going to be taking those pit stops under the aid of a caution flag, or we could possibly be seeing some green flag pit stops here as we take the one to go here. Quick look at the.
If,
Go ahead.
if my calculations are right, if we go green from here, the trucks that just pitted can go. They're about one lap short on gas. If my math's right from what I heard the driver saying about laps on fuel, they are probably 1 or 2 laps short from making it. But the cars that are in front of them have to pit, uh, 2 more times as well. But can those guys save enough fuel to make it if it goes green?
Yeah, that's going to be the big question there. So, being these are different cars, Michael, this track is a pretty big tire eater. When does the slick conditions start to come in?
With the 50% fuel, it's a lot earlier than you probably expect. So I'd probably say about lap 10 or 12 in a run is when you start noticing how tight it gets, getting in, and then it starts getting loose middle, and then from there on, it's really just a guessing game on which way it's going to go. For me, turn 1 has always been a little looser than turns 3 and 4. Turns 3 and 4 seems to be a little bit tighter.
All right, I believe it was lap 30 when high voltage was here. They started getting slick because the green flag is out. Again, another fairly good restart for that outside line, but here comes Eddie Kerner right back at it.
Yeah, we got to wonder if the 2 tires on the 54 actually helped him on the restart. It's not going to help him up here once he gets swallowed up by the 4 tires, but I think it definitely helped him on the restart. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get in front.
Yes, again, Eddie Kerner did not come in on that most recent caution flag, but I think the clean air might just be an advantage for him because he's going to hog that white line down there, and I don't think anybody's really going to get a big enough run to get by him.
It all depends on how big of a deal those 4 tires on the O5 are going to be, because if he can get a good enough run, he can go to the outside in 3 and 4 and then kind of pin. Oh, there's an accident on the front stretch.
Looking like Curtis Martin again involved in another one. Another car smoking. So we'll go back to see what happened there as we're under our third caution flag tonight.
It's these restarts. You got to make a move earlier, like you said. I think your track position's playing exactly right into it. Everybody's trying to fight positions right there. Even with a wounded car, you can still kind of keep up because you have a little bit less downforce in the corners, so you can keep up on the straightaway even if you have to just let off a little bit.
It looked like the 36 there was already in it, so we'll go back again to check out what happened. Because I believe that's mainly where it started there. Oh, it looked like he either got a little loose or didn't know the 6 was up there and went right into his door. And unfortunately, it looked like the 04 of Curtis Martin there, who we had originally been on board with, unfortunately hit the brakes, and the car or the truck behind him did not. So.
Yeah, it looks like the 6 has some pretty decent damage on the left rear there. That'll probably affect him a little bit, especially going down the straightaways and side force.
So Eddie Kerner going to stay out here again.
I mean, it worked out so well for him last time, why pit? And he's gotten, it worked so well. I think he's keeping more and more cars on the track each time that continues to work, because people continue to realize that track position actually might be more important.
Yeah, and that run was only about a lap, so not too much to lose there. Not too big of a point, to come down pit road there. So
now the question I'm going to be curious about here is the restart for Eddie here. He's going to be on the inside with tires that have 2 cycles to him now. on the restart, they're going to be extremely easy to spin. The 4 car is going to have newer tires and one less cycle. So we'll be curious to see if that bottom lane, because I'm guessing Eddie's going to choose the outside, which would be the obvious choice because everybody's done it all night. But I think that's going to be the big question on which line's going to get the better start here. Because I think if the 05 can stay on the door, I think those new tires might prevail.
Yeah, no, we saw he had a fairly good restart last time on those old tires, and we saw with the 26 car restarting on the outside line, he fell back pretty quickly. So we'll have to see, because he doesn't really have a thing or a car to lean on this time like he did with the 54. So it's all fresh tires behind him.
Yeah, business is definitely picking up here.
Yep, with 47 laps to go here, almost to the halfway point.
That's what I was looking up. I forgot how many laps there were in this race.
76 laps here tonight, so again, going by fairly quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it's already lap 30. And these guys are doing a good job up front, and even the middle pack, they're doing a good job. It seems like it's just here and there a few small incidents.
Eddie Kerner to the bottom side of the racetrack, possibly saving a little fuel there, or just running towards the bottom there, Michael?
Well, like I said, this even helps out the cars that pitted last time even more with fuel mileage. So
yeah.
I wonder if Eddie is now realizing this window that he's in on if he's going to make a plan or what he's going to do here.
Looking like he's probably going to fake it there, yep. So I imagine we're going to get the one to go here. So we'll have to see. Looks like Eddie's pretty committed to the inside lane. And yep, lights are out on the pace car, so going to be going next time around, going green with 45 laps to go here tonight.
I think the truck that I'm most surprised to see not up front is the 88 of William Kruska. He had such a good run in Daytona. I figured he'd be a strong contender here today.
Yeah, William Kruska in the 88, currently 22nd on the grid here tonight.
Now, I mean, we're not even halfway, but I figured he'd be farther up the grid at this point. But as I know, you can win on a last lap pass from 8th, so you never know what's going to happen here.
Yeah, speaking of 8th, well, now up to 7th, Sammy Coghill, last week's winner, somewhere in that mess.
Yeah, I don't think he got any practice time in, came in qualified 10th and slowly working his way up, and I believe he's pitted every time at this point.
Yes, sir, except for that last caution, obviously, because it was only a one-lap shot, so. In contention to make it 2 in a row tonight. We've already seen one driver on Full Throttle TV do that, sweep Daytona and Atlanta, so let's see if we can see it again. As the pace car is going to pull in. And the green flag is out. How good of a restart will Eddie Kerner get here? Justin
It looks like the outside got a better restart, but I think the inside's going to end up prevailing here.
Yeah. Krasniewski got the better restart, but Eddie Kerner better off the front straightaway here, so he's going to clear Justin Krasniewski easily.
And the way the leader has to take the green flag, he's almost at a disadvantage because he's got to wait for the flagman to throw it, where the 05 can time it a little bit and just barely get that run on him before the line.
So Adam Meyer in the 12 car there are going to get second away from Krasniewski. The 21 of David Nannen working on Krasniewski for third. And Krasniewski...
Yeah, it looks like we've had these same 5-6 players up here all evening. It looks like they're just going to keep going at it.
Yeah, Krasniewski really hopeless up there on that top line there. And it's really a bottom feeder type track here. As I don't think you're really going to see anyone try and experiment towards the high side. As you can see, it's not working out too well for Krasniewski.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know if it's the 50% fuel or what it is, but I was really hoping the outside lane would kind of come in here to give us a little bit more action and some more options to pass.
Still kind of strung out there towards the back. Not a lot of people making it double file there.
Where's the first car on 4 tires that pitted last time, Justin?
I believe that'd probably be Adam Meyer. in second place there, I'd have to imagine, yes. Currently on stop 2, so he'd have to make a third stop here, obviously, but probably looking at a 4-stop race for him.
Which, trying to go all the way on fuel, and even to make your fuel window might be something that we put out, and might just pit, as soon as you can, kind of run the race backwards like a road course here, with as fast as the tires go out.
So on the backstretch there, maybe a little contact there between the 34 and it looked like the 81.
Yeah, everybody's trying to fight for that position, so any chance you get of that, a sniff of the bottom there, you got to take it. A lot of Dyson and snaking down the backstretch, kind of like at Pocono or Super Speedway.
Yeah, really, you're just really it's going to be fighting for a spot on that bottom line. As you can see, the 21 there is going to get shoved to the outside, and the 54 of Trey Matthews is going to get by him.
Yeah, it seems like that damage is not affecting him as much as I previously thought there. But this is such a great battle right here for the top 10, and we got Sammy Coghill going for 8th right here on the inside. He's slowly making his way up front, and he seems to be that was close.
Yeah.
I spoke too soon there for a second.
Possibly
like
a
I
little
said,
loose or tight there, and almost ran up into the door of the 17 of Dan Bunn.
Yeah, it could have been one of those situations where it was tied in, and then as he started turning the wheel more, he got loose. The front caught and the back end started going away.
Well, look at this, the 54 truck. Actually, I believe that's a lap down truck, excuse me.
Oh, almost contact between the...
Oh,
that was close.
car
What a
shot
save
up the
by the 21. Yeah, I believe the 54 actually either surprised him or got into his left rear there, but that was a great save to keep it out of the wall and, keep fighting.
Yeah, taking a look at that replay there. Yeah, the two just touched doors and don't think... No, he almost got into that wall, but as you said, what a save. So
yeah, that's a lot harder than it looks. Because in that situation, getting out of the gas almost is even worse than just being full throttle, because once you get out of the gas, the front tires hook, so it can even make you tank slap into the wall. So he probably had to do a little bit of on and off, just burping the throttle. And we have a pass for second, and a pass for third, and looks like a pass for fourth. Looks like those new tires have finally burned off the 12 there, and he's equaling out to everybody else and falling back to the position he was before the last caution.
It looks like he's going to lose another position here to the 27 of Landon Williams.
Yeah, I think slowly but surely, like I said, that 5 truck, I think he's kind of changed his strategy. Oh, the leader is spinning. He crashed. Oh, no, the 1 truck.
Well, and he gets hit by the 31 there.
Oh, my goodness.
Tabor.
I cannot believe that just happened.
I have to imagine there probably should have been, or probably was a little contact there. No. Looked like he was all by himself.
No,
hit the wall and wow. Slid all by himself. So
I am stunned.
yeah. Well, let's as you can see the contact there with Cody Tabor. Let's take a look at the replay there and on board with him. See if he felt it at all. No. Look, it was one of those instances, I think, where that wall just came up in too big of a hurry and he didn't quite know it was coming. And we'll wait for the hit on Cody. And there it is.
Yeah, it looks like he realized it just a little too late, and that the exit off 4 there is extremely deceiving because the wall keeps the outside wall in the corner and off the corner keeps going out. So it looks like you're going to make it, but the illusion kind of ends when the wall actually starts to go straight there. So it looks like you have plenty enough room. I've been in that situation multiple times. I'm pretty sure I actually did it in HVRL when they were here. It's so deceptive with that rear end, and you just, as soon as you catch it, it's game over. But that's heartbreaking for the guy I think had the dominant truck tonight.
Yes, sir. And I'm pretty sure that rear end contact was pretty much a race killer there, as he's going to stay on pit road. Well, it doesn't look too bad, I don't think. However, that's not the side he was hit on, so we'll have to wait and see he comes back out on track.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a points night tonight for him, just out there fighting for everything he get, which at Daytona, I mean, that was the way to go. Damaged cars are finishing 3rd and 4th and managed decent points heading towards a championship.
So now we have another truck trying that strategy of staying out. The 78 of Douglas Pack. I believe Derek Less came down pit road. So you're going to have the 5 of J.R. Smith in third, Trey Matthews in fourth in the 54 there. And then Justin Krasneski is going to barely hang on to that top 5 position. So tough break for the leader here.
Yeah, I would not have expected that, and you know, he left, and I don't blame him. I'd be upset as well.
I mean, Michael, do you think that possibly could have had anything to do with staying out that long? Maybe the tires just finally giving up?
Well, I'd be curious to see what how many numbers of laps he had on them, and like I said, with those 2 cycles, it could have went from loose before, and then as soon as that caution came out, it cooled him down. As soon as he drove into that corner, it could have been tight that time. You know, he didn't expect it. It's so unpredictable when you have that many cycles on old tires. That's where the strategy of, you know, pitting every time, so it's always relatively the same.
I believe.
But unfortunately, he was driving away on old tires. I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes.
I believe he had come in last with those tires on lap 12, so I believe that's when he got the tires, and 34 laps to go. I mean, that's a fairly long time to be on those old tires. It wasn't hurting him at all. Didn't look like until that incident happened. So.
No, I believe we probably had about 5 or 6 laps of caution there. So it wasn't a bad strategy. You know, the clean air definitely was the way to go tonight, as we saw. But it's so frustrating being in his position. I understand that completely, and you know, you just got to move on and go to next week and you know, try to recover.
Yeah, unfortunately, Eddie Kerner looks like he's done for tonight. He had led 27 laps tonight. Only truck closest to him is Justin Krasneski in that 05 with 8. So what were you going to say, Michael?
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you there, but I was just looking at the lap count. Since he pitted, he had done 9 laps. So that's right around the 10 laps that I said about where the car was going to get tight center, where he probably, you know, was going to second guess on when to get back to the throttle. So it's, you know, it was predictable, you know, to a point of, you know, if you know the track about, you know, kind of where the track's going to go. But with 50% fuel, you never exactly know when that's going to happen. But I think now we're going to have an extremely good race because the cars from 2nd to 5th were nose to tail, and they were having a great race. So the race for the lead is even closer than it was before.
Yes, sir. So it's going to leave Douglas Pack on pole position right now. Douglas Gless is going to be 2nd as we come to the green flag here.
Looks like the 2 had to wait on the 78 there. I wonder what that's all about. Now he's going to have to back out to not get a black flag.
Now he's going to lose all his positions.
They're 3 wide on the apron. On the apron. Wow.
Very tight racing here on this restart. Be the 65 who's going to be merging back out into traffic. Nope, he's going to stay on the bottom there.
Looks like Sammy Kako was our winner from last week. Was 3. He's still 3 wide in the middle of 3. That's a tight spot to be right there.
Still trying to make it 3 wide there. That gap's going to close. As we do have a new leader, J.R. Smith is going to go to the lead. Looks like Douglas.
Looks like another accident. I didn't actually catch the accident there.
Richard Hines involved. Looks like Robert Cartwright, excuse me. Let's go back and take a quick look here.
It looks like he just ran into the back of the 24. I'm not quite sure what caused that.
Oh. Looked like I believe that was the 8, the 8 truck there. Something happened to him. I didn't fully catch that. So we'll go back a little bit more. Let's see, he already had damage. It happened on the front stretch here, so we'll come back around. The 8 of Ben Fuller.
Maybe he and Richard Hines got into it there. Oh, I heard about on the restart, just getting here over chatter, that the 2 of Derek Glass actually missed a shift on the restart, and that's what caused that big melee.
As you saw there on the replay there. That 8 got an incredible run. Unfortunately, got up into the 65, and that's about all she wrote for that wreck.
Yeah, once you get side by side, it seems like these trucks love to just get sucked into each other. Oh, and I just now noticed tough break for the 88 truck there, as he looks like he has quite a bit of damage as well.
Yeah, the 88 being William Kruzka, so unfortunate way, or unfortunate to be in the accident tonight. I don't think that's going to be too race ending. Might have a problem with cooling there on the radiator. We'll have to see.
Looks like we had a bunch stay out this time. So I wonder what this cycle of tires, cooling the tires here and adding an extra cycle to them is going to be like. You never know, we might have a situation like the one of Ernie there, and might have contact with the wall, running single file.
All right, well, with 29 laps to go, we're going to take our second break here tonight. And we'll be right back, but you won't miss anything should happen. Anything happen under caution here. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Atlanta for the IRA League Harpoon Truck Series, or Harpoon Design, excuse me, Truck Series Race 2 at Atlanta here tonight. It's been a good one at that. Been a lot of side-by-side action, racing for the lead, racing for position. As we only have about 27 laps to go, and we will take you green to the end here tonight.
And it's gonna be a good finish. We got I believe right now the top 4 trucks have been in the top 5 all night, so it's definitely gonna be a battle between I think these 4 trucks. They've seemed to be the strongest ones tonight.
Yes, sir, and it seems like tonight the trend has been stay on the bottom, and you can get up to the front here.
Yeah, it's got to run that white line on the backstretch, almost like you're at a super speedway tonight.
With the green flag out, looked like the 5 kind of spun his tires a little bit. That's going to let Justin Krasneski in the 05 take off a bit.
I wonder if he's going to get clear here.
He will.
Oh, he is. He is. Wow.
That's the first time we've seen someone do that tonight from the outside line on a restart. So Justin Krasneski will retake the lead here as they try and settle out behind him. Still 2x2 back there. The 5 all over the tailgate of that 05.
Sounds like there's a little grumbling about the restart over the chatter here, so.
Taking a look at Sammy Coghill. Looked like he was going to try and make it 3 wide there, but he's going to settle down on the bottom. Sammy.
Yeah, it seems like he's trying to make his way up there. It just seems like every caution it kind of hinders his progress. And
whoa, as we have a
accident
spin back there.
Oh, wow.
777 or 17, excuse me, of Dan Bunn there. Looked like some contact there. Didn't quite catch the car or the truck number.
I believe it was the 23, and I don't think we got a caution there, did we?
Oh no, we did not. It was off the track. It was yeah, I believe it was the 23 there of Ethan Kurtz. So.
Wow, just got extremely sideways. Wow.
It's unfortunate for the 17 truck there. It looked like he had some pretty heavy damage, but he's still going.
Extremely unfortunate. Wow. I mean, didn't even get the caution. That's terrible.
And so you can see the left side there is pretty well tore up on that 17 machine. Unfortunate for him. Back up front, some still close racing there. Justin Krasniewski looked like he was going to give up the bottom, as the 5 is going to try stick his nose in there any way he can. Unfortunately, Justin's
just trying to
hold
force it. You wonder if it's going to get to the point where he's going to start using the bumper there.
Yeah, I thought he was there. It looked like he was all over the tailgate, pushing him a little bit, but it's your top 6 there, all in one shot.
It looks like they're running up on 2 lap cars up here. I think this is going to make it quite interesting because the 17 is not too happy with. He's going to pit in, but I thought he was going to make it difficult for these leaders to go by as he was going to try to, maybe get something with a 23 or something like that.
Side by side for third back there with Trey Matthews in the 54 and David Nannon in the 21. See the 2 lap cars there was going to be the 17 and 65. 65 going high right now.
Slowly but surely that 26 truck of Ryan Irby is slowly making his way back up there after that no tire pit stop.
Yeah, currently sitting 11th right now. Just lost a spot to the 6th. Is oh so close racing there.
Oh, wow. Was the 27 in the grass there, Justin?
I'm not quite sure. Let's take a replay there.
Yeah, it looks like they were thinking to make it 3 wide with Sammy Cocker, last week's winner there in the 27 car.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get around that lap car. Just clip the grass there.
No harm, no foul there, however. So, popped the grass there a little bit. Like, it looked like he'd had some damage, but looks like that truck is all clean.
Man, this is such a tight battle right here for the lead. We have 4 cars and looked like last week's winner is slowly but surely creeping his way in.
Yeah, the 5 truck not as close as it has been all night. He's going to try and make the move down on the bottom. Don't think he'll have the nose there, however, going into 3.
I mean, the top 4 right now are less than 3/10 apart. This is amazing. I mean, these cars are so equal right now that I think whoever gets out in front with a few laps to go is definitely going to win it.
Yeah, it's almost like a super speedway race, as I said earlier. It's you can't really get by the leader here, especially
yeah,
through
I mean,
the corners.
I'm honestly surprised. I really thought. Oh, I think the 5 is going to get a run on the 05 here.
Not going to have his nose in there, unfortunately. May have it. Oh, I'm surprised Krasniewski's leaving that bottom so wide open with how important
well,
it is.
he's trying to let. What he's doing is off the corner. He's letting wheel out of it, so it's not rubbing those front tires away. And the same thing into the corner. He's getting a nice arc rather than just going straight to the bottom. That's just a tire strategy right there. But oh, it looks like he's gonna. Oh, that's so close. I don't know how that 5 car hasn't gotten under him yet.
Going to be catching some more lap cars here. That'd be the 24. 24 of Sean Cool there. Going to get around him. The 5 almost looked like he had the nose under him.
Did he got him? I think. Did he touch the 05 a little bit there?
I don't think he did, but it was ever so close there. That lap car really slowed up the leaders. It looks like Jared Smith is going to, again, have to find some sort of way to get by the 05 here, or at least get a nose inside.
What I'm curious about is I'm hearing that it's going to come down to fuel mileage here. The car in, the 5, the 54, the 21, even the 34. Oh, the 21's in the wall.
Oh.
Oh, looks he's in the wall. Oh, he pounded the middle.
Yeah, unfortunate for David Nannon. Yeah, he can't get off the wall. Or at least he
I
didn't
think he was
want to.
actually slowing. I think he was slowing down to get let the field go by, which is a class act. But man, he's having such a good night. That's unfortunate. Kind of the same situation that Eddie got in earlier.
You're coming off a 4 here. Because he was already so close to the wall, and it was
Oh, the 27 just pounded the wall the same way. The next lap.
yeah, now you can see some heavy damage on that car going back for the replay here.
Up, and there's a caution. So fuel mileage is now out of the window.
Caution for the 6 and the 88, who we were talking about earlier. 13 was with an engine problem as well. Looks like that engine is going to be retiring.
Well, it's from
here.
I just happened to stop lap 62 coming out of 4 there. The 6 and the 24 were on the apron. I mean, I don't know what's going on there. That's a crazy accident. It looks like they're 3 wide going into the corner.
Yeah.
And then the 24 just clipped the 6. 6 got in the wall, and then...
wow.
That's crazy.
13
I mean, that's,
up and over. And then the
wow.
88 just kind of finished him off with his tail there, or his tailgate there.
Oh, man. That's a brutal impact right there.
Let's take a ride on board with this 13 truck, why don't we? This should give us a pretty good view of what happened here. Unfortunate bystander, and that is,
I mean, the innocent bystander is everybody other than the 24.
Yeah, unfortunate way for the 13 to end his night here tonight.
Yeah, I'm surprised that thing's even able to drive away. I mean, that looked like a park it from there just immediately.
Yeah, Hilton Young, the driver of that 13 truck here, is the leaders will come down pit road. 78 still staying out here. The 17 up there is a lap down, so not too much to worry about him. He will get the waiver around here. And this most recent caution is, well, I guess it's not going to be too bad of a strategy here for Douglas, as we only have 12 laps to go, so if he can hold that bottom, I think he might be in pretty good shape here.
I was kind of looking back all of lap 62 there. It looks like the 24 actually has been a few laps down, which we know. I think the problem came here is that the 26 and the 6 were actually in a fierce battle, and they were swiping back and forth on the backstretch. And I think honestly they split the 24 and they just got caught in a rough spot. I kind of want to everybody wants to blame the 24 there, but they kind of got him stuck in the middle. He should have got down to the bottom, but it's one of those incidents where they were catching him, probably 10, 15 miles an hour. So it's one of those situations where, yeah, exactly 15 miles an hour. So, that's going to be a judgment call on the admin's part on penalties and stuff like that. But honestly, just caught him so fast. I don't know what you could do in that situation.
So, 6 car. Unsure what his goal was there. I don't believe he came down pit road, but that's going to leave last week's winner, Sammy Coghill, in the 3rd position here. As you can see, I believe those are all lap cars in front of him. So
yeah, it looks like the 34 got 2 tires there, so this is going to be getting good.
Adam Meyer behind him as well in the 12 also took 2 tires. And you got Justin Krasneski, the first on 4. So interesting strategies here. I mean, they're pretty good strategies, I must say, because we're going to be coming to the green probably with 9 laps to go. So
yeah, I think the race is going to be between the 34 and the 05, just right there on the bottom there.
One thing to note, I believe with about 5 laps to go, that's going to be the cutoff of when we go back racing to green. So should we get a caution with about 5 laps to go, that's going to end our race here tonight.
Yeah, and that kind of comes back to what I said last week. When do you make that move? If you have that nice run, do you make it, as soon as you can, or do you wait for, a surprise attack, at the end? You know how I feel about on that. What's your take, Justin?
Well, we saw it worked out pretty well for you here last time we were at Atlanta, so with how aggressive these guys have been on tire strategy, I kind of like it.
Yeah, that's been actually really fun to keep track of. Is I with it being such a bottom feeder track tonight, which is so uncharacteristic for Atlanta. I would have never thought that staying out in two tires was going to be an option, but that it's making it such a good race. I'm excited for this start. And is the 78 and the 6 starting ahead of those guys there, Justin?
I believe so. 78, like I said, did not come down pit road, but I'm not sure what the 6 of Andre Chicom is doing. He was in our last caution, so a little unsure actually how he got to second place there.
I believe he stayed out. He's currently on the lead lap.
Yes, sir. Currently scored a second, but it'll be interesting here. Is we're going to have a restart with a second row here. The first on 2 tires, and then Justin Krasniewski the first on 4. So it should be an interesting restart here. As we'll have to see how little of a restart Douglas Pack will get.
And I think the restart's going to be who spins their tires less. I'm telling you, I think if the 78 spins his tires just enough for that 34 to get underneath it, make it 3 wide, I think that might just seal the win for him.
The green flag out. Looked like the 78 spun his tires a little bit, but the 6 even worse. As we're going to make it 3 wide there.
I think they're going to have to go back and look at that 5 truck there. I think he may have broken the rules there a little bit.
We'll have to wait and see if there's an official call on that.
I believe they were just 4 wide there off of 4 with that 6 truck. Oh, now he's just in the middle of the backstretch, just causing a massive bunch of trouble.
You're right in the O's. Almost had an incident
that was
there.
Close. You gotta
watch out for that apron.
Why he stayed out there.
Well, it looks like we're gonna have a new leader here. Sammy Coghill, the first on 2 tires. He's gonna go to the lead.
Like I said all night, he slowly kept working his way up there. Now there's 2 tires. I'm not sure he's got the 2 best trucks left in the race right now behind him. But if he keeps hugging that bottom line, who knows what it's going to turn out.
And that blocking is going to hurt him as he's going to try and cut down back on that 5 car. J.R. Smith not going to really allow it.
I think he's just going to clear him there. Oh, this is going to be a drag race.
I don't think he's going to have it. Almost has it cleared. He's clear now. I don't think J.R. Smith is going to be too happy about that, however. Oh, he's going to go around.
Oh, and the 05 is going to get through it. And looks like the 54 is in it now.
26.
Oh, what a hit.
All the way up in the air. As he is stuck in the fence.
That was just.
This looks like the 87 there. Oh, so we have the 54 also on his roof.
That was such a dump. I mean, I'm almost speechless there.
Wow.
Oh man, dang man, is that the 26 in the fence?
Yeah, that's the second time or the second race we've had a car up in the fence here in the IRA League. Going back at this.
Oh, he literally ramped off the 54 just straight into the fence. I mean, he's on top of the fence. That's brutal, man. I've never seen that big of a hit before. Oh, and then the 87 comes in and cleans him out. Oh, and then the 17 comes and cleans the 54 out. What? These guys had the ARCA brakes on. I mean, good. There's a wreck right in front of them. How did they not see that?
Yeah, so first we're going to ride on board here with the 26 of Ryan Irby. Leading earlier had led 3 laps there before I believe a missed shift got him. This is going to be a rough ride here. Unfortunately, nowhere for him to go on that one. Wow, as you said, ramped over him, then gets stuck in the fence. What an unbelievable ride.
Man, I just took a ride on board both the 26 and the 54, and both getting hit well after the caution. I mean, that's just unnecessary.
So we'll go back on board here with the 54. See the accident happen in front of him, and unfortunately nowhere for him to go as well. Hard hit there, and gonna have to wait a while for him to get cleaned out here. Yeah, really no need for that, really.
No, I don't understand why they weren't slowing down him. They almost hit him at full speed. Uh, Getting away from the massive accident there, just going back and looking at the five driving in and going into turn one. I think the five actually surprised the 34. The 34 went to take a normal arc, and the five literally just drove straight into the corner, um, giving the five no chance to even know he was there, because the spotter wouldn't have even been able to tell him he was inside until he already turned in. So, you know, that it might have been a racing incident, but it honestly just seems like the five was just doing everything he could to get to the inside, and he was going to take him out regardless if the 34 would have stayed, a lane higher. Um, to me, he definitely knew what he was doing, but we'll never know. Only he does. But I mean, it's such a disappointment for last week's winner. Worked his way up to the front. Had a good strategy and to get taken out. I think that's the worst part is you didn't even finish. With such a great strategy.
Yeah, he had been trying to clear him down the front straightaway that whole lap there, and unfortunately cut in at the wrong time. So, as you said, unfortunate for last week's winner. But it looks like if we get the one to go here, we're gonna get a restart with 2 laps to go. So green-white checker here.
Yeah, I'm hearing rumbles on the radio here about if there's a problem on the restart, and I'm gonna take a look at it right here from my camera, and it looks like the leader kind of stacked him up there, and the five went before the green flag came out and split the 34 and the 12. That looks like changing lanes to me, to be honest with you. I don't know if you want to go back and look at that.
Oh,
but
I believe the 5 truck is being black flagged, yeah. So they're officially going to black flag the 5 here of J.R. Smith, so... Well...
Yeah, I mean, if you go back and look at that replay, it looked like he changed lanes to me. He didn't really follow. And it looks like to me, it even looks like he actually was past the 12 when the start finish line. But I'd like to get your take on that if we have time there, Justin.
Well, we've seen some issues not on Full Throttle TV, but we've seen people jump it before, and it's a very fine line of because they're going at the start-finish line. It looks like the 5 is going to possibly get his position back here. Not sure what that is all about, but if anything, that's not maintaining pace car speed, but don't think the IRA League has a rule on that. So, like I said, it's a very fine line here for when to restart here, especially when the flagger takes it. So, from what I saw, it looked pretty clear. The 5 car got a pretty big jump on that restart, but I'm going to take the green here with 2 laps to go. So green-white checker here. Does Justin Krasnetsky have anything for J.R. Smith? Or can J.R. Smith score the first victory in the 2016 season? A good jump for him.
Oh, what a move to the bottom for the 05.
A little bit of contact there between the 78 and 27. Almost went 3 wide. As look how big of a lead the 5 car has now compared to Justin Krasnetsky.
Did they give the lead the 5 car back?
I'm not quite sure there. I didn't see a black flag being thrown, but possibly could have been some issues there that we didn't see there. As the white flag is out now, don't think Krasnetsky really has anything for him unless he gets a big run.
It's getting good. He might have enough. If he gets to the bumper.
Oh, it's going to be so close here. I don't think Krasnetsky's going to have enough.
Looks like he's trying to get
be all
there.
over the rear tailgate here. He's going to make the move in the grass. Not going to be enough.
Going to get the win.
J.R. Smith going to come home the victor here tonight. Krasnetsky a close second. There's a little bit of contact there after the race. Adam Meyer going to come home 3rd. Ethan Kurtz 4th. And David Nannon 5th. A good recovery, I might add, for David, who had come in or had hit the wall there towards the later part of that race.
He had extremely good recovery. That was, that's a massive recovery for the damage that was on the side of his truck. So good for him. He ran there all night and he deserved that finish.
All right. Well, J.R. Smith looked like he had some issues there coming to the one to go there on the restart. But he's gonna take it to victory lane here tonight.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a race that's going to be talked about probably throughout the week, heading into, I believe Martinsville is next. So it's going to be talked about, and unfortunately for Sammy that he got caught up in all that with an unfortunate event. To me, it looks like he jumped it and even changed lanes a little bit and passed the 12 at the line. But we'll know later on when if the penalty's handed out or if it was clean, then good win for him. He had a great truck as well and was the fastest truck in practice, and sometimes that's how you win them.
Yes, sir. While he does his burnouts here, we're gonna take a second to go to break here, get everything sorted out for interviews, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Atlanta. Sorry about that lengthy break. There was just a little bit of confusion here, as it looks like as we go through the results here, Michael, we have a new winner.
Yeah, I see that. Apparently, the black flag stuck there, and the '05 of Justin Krasnowski now the winner of here at Atlanta.
Yeah, so it's going to be Adam Meyer coming home second, Ethan Kurtz in third, David Nannon in fourth, and then Landon Williams is going to be fifth, and Michael will round out your top 10.
We got Douglas Pack in sixth, Nicholas Bass in seventh, Derek Wright in eighth, Jake Little in ninth, and Derek Glass in 10th.
In 11th, you're going to have Gary Wells Jr. 12th, you're going to have Matt Bean. Cody Tabor's going to come home 13th. Sammy Coghill, unfortunately, after getting in that wreck, going to be 14th. And Andre, Chicom, is going to come home 15th.
And it looks like we have J.R. Smith coming home in 17th, one lap down after actually taking the checker flag. Jeremy Poole in 18th. Ben Fuller in 19th. Richard Hines in 20th. And Ryan Irby in 21st. Wait, I think mine's off yours.
Yeah, that was just one position up for those guys. But as you said, Ryan Irby is going to come home 21st. Douglas Duchette is going to come home 22nd. Trey Matthews 23rd. Brian Vaughn 24th. Then Dan Bunn 25th.
And Hilton Young 26th. William Krusky 27th. Sean Cool 28th. David Phillips 29th. Doug McCullum 30th.
And then you got Eddie Kerner coming home 31st after an impressive run at the beginning of this race. Curtis Martin 32nd, and Greg Nicholson 33rd. So now we'll bring in the winner here, Justin Krasnowski. Justin, talk us through what just went on, because we're a little bit confused.
Yeah, it was as an admin for this league, it was one of those deals where we had a call to make late in the race, and we were running out of time to do it before it affected everybody else's outcome, not just his and everyone involved. So the deal was he restarted sixth after that second to last caution flag, and I restarted fifth. And the sixth car, I believe it was Andre on the outside of the front row, stayed out on old tires. Plus, he had a lot of front end damage, so he didn't get going. And the five car jumped to the inside of, I forget who restarted fourth, whoever was right in front of him, and passed to the left before start finish line. And we quickly made the call to give him a black flag passing to the left before the start finish line, which is why he was moved to the tail end of the lead lap at the end.
So on that one to go restart, was he black flagged? That's why he was dropping back, and did he possibly just jump up to the front again, or what happened there?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was because I gave it to him with one or two to go. Before I get into that, I would like to apologize to everyone that thinks I rigged it for myself. I still restarted on the outside line. I still had to make it, so it didn't benefit me at all. I'm not sure why he was still allowed to stay up at the front of the pack, but he did end up getting moved to the tail end once the race concluded. I'm not exactly sure what the deal was exactly, but he was going to be black flagged regardless because he passed to the left.
All right, well, unfortunate for him, but I guess that's pretty good for you coming home first. So congratulations to you. Michael, you got anything to ask him?
Yeah, Justin, I'm curious about the single groove. What was it like out there? It seemed like the bottom uncharacteristically was just the best line out there, even on old tires.
Yeah, it was bottom feeder race, and you being my teammate in some other leagues, you'll know me very well. I say, just because everyone's down there doesn't mean you have to follow them. And I tried to experiment up at the top in 1 and 2 just to save a little bit of tire, but for whatever reason tonight the track settings just didn't quite allow it, and if you weren't on the bottom, you were going to get freight trained pretty quickly. So it was definitely a one groove race, made for some interesting restart strategies, pit strategies, everything like that. Turned out to be a good, fun night, and I was lucky we got our, I guess, '05 truck this week in the victory lane.
Real quick, Justin, how wide open were you in? For how many laps could you go wide open?
Yeah, the reason it was so hard, I didn't lift the whole race. The whole however many 76 laps we did with some caution laps, I didn't have to lift out once. I mean, going around some lap trucks, I got a little tight in the bottom and had to, wiggle it or whatever. But I didn't have to lift for any corners. It was pretty much wide open the whole run. So that was crazy, impressive. It was a lot of fun. And it was definitely nerve wracking to be as precise as you could be.
All right, man. Well, congratulations and great win.
Thanks, man. See you. Have a good night.
All right, so we did have Adam Meyer in here before, but he had disconnected before we got a chance to talk to him. So we'll talk to Ethan Kurtz, who's officially, I guess, going to come home third. Ethan, it was kind of a rough night for you. You were towards the back all night, but fortunately come home in third here. Walk us through your race.
Oh, qualifying or not qualifying. Practice was pretty bad. I think it was P21 at the end of it. Had a better turnaround for qualifying, but for most of the race, I stayed around 12th and 13th, and got involved with an unfortunate wreck with the 17 there. Certainly didn't mean to do that, but decided to take the damage on the final, or not. It would be the second to final restart, and started. I think it was tail end of the lead lap. But I wasn't afraid to try to get up through the field and get the best spot I could on that restart, and then that caution really helped me out. I skirted on the apron to get through, and just so happened that I was placed in fourth, and then the controversial, I think is the best word to put it, penalty with JR gave me a podium. So
Yeah, I'm curious here, Ethan. After that, I'm gonna ask you two questions here. After that damage, did the car get looser off the corner? I mean, that seemed to be the tendency with cars that had damage.
not really. I think it was the way the damage was. It was more left front. It's almost like it helped it turn a little bit off the corner and gave me a little bit more drive and more stability almost. So I think that's what happened with that.
Okay, and you talked about the current issue with the restart there. What is your take on it? As you probably had one of the best views.
I actually didn't have one of the best views. I think I was 12th or 13th at that time. But from what I've heard, it sounded like he went after the green, which, I mean, if iRacing didn't get it, and it was one of those things that I think iRacing would have gotten if he did it, and I think he should have gotten the iRacing black flag.
All right, cool, man. Congratulations and good luck to you next weekend.
Thanks.
Well, yeah, it sucks. I mean, I'd like to win, but I understand the ruling after they explained it to me, so not much you can be mad about. Just had a good race, the whole race. It's just tried to get a little too much, I guess. Yeah, it was just hard to get your track position back, and I qualified pretty well. It's just I kept restarting sixth there early on, and you just get freight trained back, and it's just you got to get a gap. So you got to be really aggressive, and that's why most people were complaining about being aggressive the whole race because it's just too hard to get into the line. Just made it hard. But once I got up there, you're the leader. It's pretty easy to navigate through.
Hey, JR. I have a question on about the restart. I want to know exactly what your take was on the restart and what you went through, what was going through your mind there on that restart.
Well, I think I had done the same thing honestly earlier in the race, and um, Justin said the same thing, but I think he got interrupted. But it's just I thought the leader spun his tires, and I thought there was gonna be another crash, so I just went low. I thought after the green flag would come out, it was game because mostly in official racing that's what it is. But I just guess I didn't understand the rules very much. I mean, not much you can do though.
Well, man, I'm truly impressed, and that you're as cool as calm as you are. You definitely had a great truck tonight. Probably the second best behind the one truck. I saw you led practice there for the majority of it. Unfortunate race, but you technically took the checkered flag first, and wound up there on the restart. So unfortunate situation, but good luck to you next week at Martinsville.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, I think my microphone is muted for that, but you heard his side of the story. It was J.R. Smith, and that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. A bit of a controversial finish, but it ended up with Justin Krasnetsky coming home in first. So for Michael Skinner, thank you for joining us here tonight. Michael, again, thank you for filling in for a race. And again, for Michael Skinner, I'm Justin Cole. We'll see you tomorrow for the high voltage race, where we'll see Michael Skinner in the car.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, and have a good one tonight, guys.